So Cadwell was a bit damp and a bit wet and all of it. But up to that point, I'd still never actually won a race. The first bike over the line in that. And then it happened. And oh dear. That was some feeling. That was some feeling. My name's Tony Perkin. I'm 60 years old and I love bikes. We were pretty rough and ready kids. You know, we brought up on a council estate, and of course we had the me and my really good friend Danny. We bought one of these Honda 50, you know, this step-through thing. Of course, for Christmas, Danny had a knobbly tyre, so that went on, and yeah, we would hold little races, and then of course you start building jumps, and then they get a bit higher, and that's how that started it off. Everybody talks about the freedom and you know and that, and that's exactly what it was for me. The thrill, the you know, the contest as well. I've always been competitive. And I said to Louise, I'd love to have a go at racing. I would just I've followed it, road racing. I'd followed it for forever. Never had the opportunity. Would love to have a go, and that started it big time there. After it's sort of going on to two-stroke bikes and all of that bike there, that is, for me, personally for me, it's the best bike I've ever been on. On that bike, everything complements everything else. And it's because that package just works. And it worked in 1950, and it worked into the early 60s, you know, and it works now. So yeah, a good friend of mine, he introduced me to the Lansdowne and said, "Oh, you should have." At the time, I was with the British Historic Racing, and in the first year, I won the pre 45 class on my 19 horsepower 1938 Rudge. I think it was that year that the Lansdowne, we were given the chance to go to the support race at the MotoGP at Silverstone. I just went out and I rode my flipping socks off. And I love the rain. I don't know why, I think it's like all the dirt bike stuff. Love the rain. So off I went. And I finished about 10th, 11th out of 40. I couldn't believe it. And when I came in, a chap came up to me and he said, "I'm Stan Woods." He said, "I thought that was absolutely incredible. I'd like to mentor you." He then said, "We need to get you onto a proper bike." And I ended up with this bike. He was fantastic. He opened a lot of doors and won the Clubman Championship in the Lansdowne. I won the TCM in the Lansdowne. And then they said, "Oh, you're going to have to ride in the British Championship." Well, those guys were always they were gone. And as quick as I thought I was in the 500 Clubman, I was never with the championship boys. They all just disappeared. Stuart Tong, he came on board and made a massive difference. And his brother was also like Kevin Schwantz's mechanic. And so, you know, the history is there. Well, I was so fortunate. He came on board and yeah, he made all the little bits come together. All of a sudden, the speed came. And I started to be with the front pack. Stuart was coaching me on saying, "Okay, don't do anything balmy. You don't need to be in that pack fighting. Just leave them to squabble out at the front, and they can make all the mistakes. They can do tuck in behind them, just keep with them, and you know, you've got it." And then George blew his bike in one of the races, and that was it. And then when I came round, and oh God, yeah, when Lou was on the bank, amazing. I've just beat them, and it took a long time to sink in. It really has. I still don't really believe it now. That bike has given me personally so much, much more than any other bike ever. In fact, it'd be in my bed, I'll tell you, if Louise had let it. But of course she won't. So now it's in here, and will I sell it when I've finished? You've got no chance. You know, that will go to my boy Ed. That will go to him. You know, I've had so much out of that bike. It was such a big part of my life that it comes with the memories, doesn't it?